Hey everybody, John here at Havoc Maker Studio and FNP Wargamers. So if you haven't noticed, past couple days, actually really the past week, I've not been inside the studio. I've actually been at my family's home taking care of my mother post-surgery. She had a couple tumors. Well, actually one tumor pulled out and then they found two more. They yanked those out, well, really like a snip and a tug, not really yanked out. She's in recovery mode, but I'm up here assisting her getting around and make sure she does all the medications and stuff. So been a little behind on doing my Twitch videos for paint streaming, and well, I'm not in my studio here, so I have limited resources, so please bear with me. And this is take two for this video, as previously the audio was not working. So let's get into some rumors and speculations for Marvel Crisis Protocol. And let's just start right off with upcoming Ultimate Encounters. So the first Ultimate Encounter we got was last year. That was the Ultron. And then when Hulk rolled out, they gave us another free one online. And then the first kind of official one we had to buy, well, we didn't have to buy, it came alongside Thanos. So when Thanos popped out, we got him and his amazing chair throne thing that he has, all of his normal cards for regular play, but we also got added benefit of an Ultimate Encounter to go along with him. So not only could we use him in our teams, but we got to be able to use him in an Ultimate Encounter, which a lot of people seem to enjoy, as it allows up to, really it's about 3 players, but you can stretch it out to 4 players, 3 on the hero side and 1 on the Thanos side. Might be a way to stretch it out to 5 players, but that might be pushing it a little bit. At any rate, we do know that Dormammu is coming out. We know that it is around $79, a little bit of an increase over Thanos, which is $65. Well, it's actually be $80 and he's $65, but you get the idea. So a $15 increase. What is that going to come with? How big is Dormammu going to be? Some people were concerned that we're just paying for Ultimate Encounters and we're not going to be able to use these models in our teams. I disagree. Atomic Mass Games are pretty smart about what they're doing, and though Dormammu will be most likely a very costly character, just like Thanos, I do believe you'll be able to run around with him in your teams. Now, you might only be able to field maybe 2 2-point threats, or maybe a 3 and a 2. You're not going to field too much alongside Dormammu, but I believe it'll be possible. So I think people need to relax just a little bit in that regards. Now, when is that going to come out? We don't know yet. We're still kind of waiting around for the actual release date, but it will come. The other one that we're waiting on is the Sentinel Raid. Now, Sentinel Raid was supposedly already supposed to come out, and the only teaser we had, besides it popping up in the Asmodee list of items that were going to be coming from Marvel Crisis Protocol, we saw what looked like the lower leg of a Sentinel. Now, just as a precaution, I went through, I don't know, probably 100 different toys and statues and other little, anything that could mean that that's not actually going to be a model for Marvel Crisis Protocol, that it was actually something else that they put there as a prop. But I couldn't find anything that matched the image that we saw during the preview. So that leads me to believe, and rightfully so, and I think everybody else agrees, that the Sentinel will be its own model. Now, there's some talk that this could be the first part of a narrative, that it's called the Sentinel Raid. So we might see something else besides the Sentinel to begin with. Maybe minions of Bolivar Trask, maybe AIM, probably not Hydra. I know AIM's not involved, but maybe agents of Nimrod. If you're not familiar with who Nimrod is, maybe it might just be a Sentinel. And eventually it might lead us to face off against Nimrod. Who knows? But I think it's going to be coming, and I don't think people have to worry about it not be able to be in your team because, like I said before, Dormammu and Thanos, as an example, they want you to be able to use the miniatures, not just for those narrative ultimate encounters. So, guys, please relax a little bit and let's look forward to it. Now, future video, we're going to speculate on what Dormammu and the Sentinel can do, and we're going to kind of base it off what Thanos is like and some similar characters. So look forward to that in the near future. Now, moving on, let's talk about a bunch of upcoming models. So we know that Moon Knight and Blade are going to be in a package together, which is pretty awesome. They're both kind of street level characters. They're not big cosmic fighters, even though in recent issues, Moon Knight took on the Avengers and whipped the crap out of them. And we know that Blade has joined the Avengers. He's been flying around in space and everything. And now he is the sheriff of Chernobyl, which is the sovereign nation, vampire nation, where Dracula rules. Read the comics. It's too convoluted for me to try to explain. But these two characters are coming. Now, I don't imagine these are going to be heavy damage dealing characters. I think that they're going to be, especially in regards to Blade, he'll have some healing ability. He's going to have a lot of attacks. I think a lot of basic attacks and then some extra special abilities. I think he's going to be, now this is me personally thinking, besides the healing factor, he's not going to have any special movement ability, but I think he's going to have some status effects like stagger and bleed he'll be able to inflict on his opponents. I would say he's probably going to have 2 to 3 basic attacks that will, obviously the first one won't cost any power. The next one will be a little lower power than the third one, which will be some big boss level power, will probably cost about 4 or 5. He's probably going to have all sorts of access to gadgets, grenades, and stakes, and everything else that's going to make him an effective fighter. But he's going to be probably low on health, probably average when it comes to his defenses, so don't expect anything along that lines. Probably a medium movement, no wall crawling. Now, Moon Knight, I think we're going to see something similar to Spider-Man, and he's going to be able to do some damage, bounce around with some movement abilities. He's probably going to have wall crawling. He's probably going to have long-range movement because the guy does have his grapple hook. He likes to travel along tops of buildings and whatnot, just like Spider-Man and Moon Knight and all that. Or not Moon Knight, but Elektra and Daredevil. I doubt either of these two are going to have a short-range movement. I think at the very least medium. Probably Moon Knight might have a long just because of that grappling hook. But we'll see. I think he's going to have a variety of gadgets that'll cause condition effects. Probably nothing poison-wise, but I imagine stagger, stun, bleed for sure. Some people like to compare him to Batman, but he's not really. He's kind of like the opposite of Batman. He's definitely full-on vigilante, and he doesn't care what he does, or his multiple personalities don't care. And I think that's why he might end up having a strong mental or mystic defense over his physical and energy. So expect that. Probably something similar to Black Widow's. You have to be within, say, range 3 to be able to target him. And that's all I can think of right now. There's way too many characters out there to really consider his abilities to kind of look alongside. But we're going to look at an in-depth analysis a little later as we get closer, maybe kind of pick apart other characters. So let's take a look in the back row. We got Colossus. Now, Colossus, I'm going to be disappointed in Colossus. I just know it. I mean, he's just, super strong. He's near invulnerable. I'm pretty sure he's invulnerable to even Wolverine's claws. I can't remember in the comics, but he doesn't have any healing ability. He doesn't have any energy powers, any long range stuff. He's just big and strong. So he's probably going to have a lot of health, a lot of high physical and energy defenses. He's probably going to be able to throw buildings around. Probably a lot of throwing attacks, like pick up an opponent if they're in range 2 and throw them medium range, or vice versa. What I'm really hoping on with Colossus, and you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm really feeling that Colossus is going to have the either innate or probably end up being a superpower, the fastball special. I believe there's a card out there. I'm hoping it won't be a tactic card for him. I'm hoping it's a natural thing where he can pick up somebody that's of size 2, or, well, I guess Wolverine I think is size 3. So he can pick up somebody of size 3 or less and throw them, hopefully range, at least range 3, or if it has to be movement, at least medium range movement. And then it acts as a collision against whoever they threw the character at. So that's crossing our fingers. I think we're going to see something like that, but I think he's going to be a little bit on the mundane side. Now, Juggernaut, I think, is going to be the real powerhouse. Now, he is, I believe, and you guys can quote me, well, at least present day, quote me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, but Juggernaut is way more powerful than Colossus. His power is just, it's when he's full raged on and he's got the demon god or whatever that's giving him his power, and everything is all fused up. He's like on Hulk level. So I think he's going to have high physical, high energy, and as long as he's got that helmet on, high mystical, mental type of attacks. So he's going to be hard to really take down. He's probably going to be a single-sided character, so his day side and his weak side is probably going to be similar to the Hulk. I think besides being able to throw around, deal out some seriously heavy damaging attacks, I think the big thing that we're going to see is he's going to have some good movement. At the very least, medium movement. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a long movement. I know he's not super fast, but when that guy gets moving, he doesn't stop. And that's the other key thing, is I don't think terrain is going to hinder him. By that, I mean, I think he's going to be able to, let's say he's charging somebody on the other side of a building. Forget wall crawling, forget going around the building. If it's a building of, let's say, that's just for him, let's say it's size 4 building or size 4 terrain, he can just smash through it, which will destroy the building and allow him to still make his charge move to the character on the other side, as an example. Then now, size 4 might be a little too much. I could see them probably dropping it down to a size 3 or maybe even size 2. But once he gets moving, he can just charge right through terrain, destroying it, and attacking whoever it is. Or he might be able to pick it up and just throw it out of the way. But I think there's going to be a lot of terrain damaging attacks that he has, besides him being really tough to beat. I think stun and stagger are going to be 2 other attacks that he's going to be able to ignore, 2 other status effects. And I imagine that he's going to have a damage reduction. At the very least, he can reduce damage by 1. If he can't do it, I wouldn't be surprised if he can do it by more. So let's get on to the controversial character. I really wanted to end this on Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. There's been some chatter on Discord channels, online, I think even on Twitter, some Facebook pages, that this character is just going to be a lame character. They're very disappointed with the image. In fact, let's show the image first and then we'll double back to this. So here is what we got from Marvel Crisis Protocol. So they announced her alongside a book that's coming out. I believe it's called Target Kree. It's a Marvel Crisis Protocol tie-in novel about Miss Marvel and the Champions. That's the team that she's on with Rescue, Vision, and at least, I think it was Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and it's not the regular Nova, but it's the younger Nova, and I I think Richard Ryder, maybe. I don't remember his name. At any rate, so people were upset because, I mean, she's standing there. She's the most basic pose out there. So we got 3 theories that we're working on. The first theory is that, and I'm really positive about this one, and they even kind of talk about it there in the description, prepare to be embiggened. So right now we have characters that can run really fast. We have fly, we have magic, we have technology, we have mutants. What we don't have, well, we also have shrinking. We don't have is a growth character, somebody that can grow to larger sizes. Yes, Ant-Man can later on in different types of comics can be a giant man. We also have Ben Foster as Giant Man. We have Atlas from the Masters of Evil or the Thunderbolts, but no other giant character. Now, Miss Marvel has I believe it's called metamorphic ability, so she can increase her size, which exponentially increases her strength. She also has elasticity, not on the same level as Mr. Fantastic or DC Comics Plastic Man and Elongated Man, but she can stretch out her arms, and when she does that, she can increase, and you can see the image to the right, she can increase the size of her fist, and she can do hell amount of damage. Now let me roll back here at this picture. Now you can see left to right, top to bottom, that she's got different sizes and she can grow big. So I'm really positive, guys and gals, that when this character comes out, and the reason why we're seeing this, I think it's a great pose. It really fits the aesthetic of or the kind of the mannerism of the character. But I get it; it's a little mundane compared to the other Marvel characters. But I think it's a bit of a fake out from Atomic Mass Games. I think this is going to be a 2-character set. Probably, I doubt $39.95. I bet you it's going to be about a $49.95 or maybe even $59.95. Maybe right up to Thanos level. I don't know yet. But it's going to come with a second character of Miss Marvel on her large size. And she's probably going to have at least one of her fists in that big size, like you can see in the image to the right. The Embiggen. Yeah, I think she calls it Embiggen attack. And if you haven't played the Marvel Avengers game on consoles or PC, then you might not know what I'm talking about, or if you've never read the comics, or you just don't like her because it's a lot of people look at her as being super identity politics girl because she's a Muslim, she's a teenager, she's a girl. But you know what? She's a solid character, well written, and I think we're going to get that big character. Now, here's theory number 2, and this is the weaker of the 3. That when the Target Kree book, the novel, comes out, that this character, just this model right here, will come out alongside it. You'll get the model, you'll get her card, and then that'll be it. That's some of the weaker rumors going around right now. I seriously doubt it, but you never know. And the other one would be you get the book, you get her and the whole big in size. Everything comes together in one big package. I really think that it's going to be sold separately. The book and this will be sold separately. What would be interesting, though, and I wouldn't put it past Marvel and Atomic Mass Games, that if you buy that novel, there might be a special tactics card in there. That would be really interesting. That would be great cross promotion. It'd be a good way to get people to buy those novels and get involved in the game. It's really, I've seen it in a couple other games like Arkham. I think it's Arkham Asylum. No. Yeah, I think it's Arkham Asylum, the trading card game from Asmodee. I know they've done it with the X-Wing before, and a couple other games out there. You buy the book, you get a special card. It's not like game breaking, but it's something to entice you to buy into the game if you haven't, or to buy the book to go along with the game that you love. So regardless, I think we're going to get two of these Miss Marvel characters. One's going to be big, one's going to be small, and it's going to squash all those nasty comments that are out there. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think we are going to get a double character? What do you guys think about Colossus, Juggernaut, Blade, Moon Knight, even Dormammu and the Sentinels? Pick one, leave a comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button. If you got to hit the thumbs down, I get it. But do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We are at 90 followers right now, 90 subscribers, which doesn't cost you anything, but it also means that we are 10 away from our 100 subscriber goal by the end of this month, which means we're going to do a triple giveaway of free product. It's a variety of game product, including Atomic Mass Games, Games Workshop, Corvus Belli, and a variety of others. Share this out. Get your friends to subscribe. Let me also know, if you don't even want to comment on any of that stuff, let me know what you guys would like to see in future videos. Do you want us to do some recorded game videos? Do you want us to go over some tactics, some of the top tactics being used right now? Just let me know, and we will do our absolute best to cover it for you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you real soon.